taken God's name in vain, and, you know, I'm not trying to be epically dogmatic or whatever,
No,
but
no.
my understanding of that phrase is I'm going to use God's name for my own benefit. Because if you read that in the Ten Commandments,
You just unlock something.
yeah,
The Holy Spirit resides in you. That is the same Spirit that raised Jesus from the dead. We do not work for God's love, but we work from God's love. The Lord is given, the Lord is taken away. May the name of the Lord be praised. If your Bible was illegal, would you value it more? Dang.
Like, That's stupid.
I have so many questions. I have so many things I want to ask.
no, and I'm sorry, I've been long-winded, so you haven't been able to get
No. But like, okay, I want to move into the new music because I love reminiscing about Second Mile. Great project. Everyone needs to go listen to that album. But I don't want to skim past the new stuff. And it's like, I have so many questions because like we never got to just talk.
Yeah.
I don't want to say like talk shop, but like
Right.
we never really got to do that because I'm like, okay, Chris, like, what does that look like? Like, how do you write a song? Like, are you ever worried that like, what if an idea doesn't come to me? Like,
Sure.
I don't know, all the things. Just like, what has this process been like with this album? Like, are these songs you've been working on for a year, 5 years? Like, what's the culmination?
Okay. Well, so since it's already been 4 years since Second Mile came out,
That's a crime.
which is insanity.
That's insane.
I mean, I was
It's been
convinced.
4 years?
Yeah, it's been 4 years.
So it came out in 22.
Yep. Yeah, it's in fast
Yeah, I
forward.
guess that's right because we put the video out in 23.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my
We're in fast forward. It's like when Jesus said, "For the elect's sake, those days will be shortened." I think he actually meant the literal freaking days are being shortened.
I actually saw someone do a YouTube video on that, and my dad sent it to me, and we were both like, "Holy crap! Like, we think this is actually what's happening."
I know. Is there something to that?
Time is like actually speeding up.
Yeah, it's totally speeding up.
Yeah. Which I'm like, let's go. Come down on the clouds, Lord. I'm ready to go home. Get me out of here.
So yeah, so yes, if you had asked me shortly after Second Mile came out, I'd be like, "Oh, next year, man. That
Let's go.
next album's next year." Well, here we are, 4 years later.
Yep.
So yes, so the oldest on this album is 4 years old because
Okay.
I basically, well, no, that's not true. Maybe 5 years old because I
Okay.
started writing like as I was preparing to release Second Mile. I was writing for this
Okay.
album, and like I just had a nice streak where I was just able to just crank a few songs out in a row, and I just sort of with this album, I wanted to get back to like before I became, you know, what you'd probably call Christian rap, if you want to call it that. I had 3 CDs in, 5 if you count
Yeah,
the first
two.
So I had 5 CDs up to that point.
Yeah.
Second Mile being the 6th. So on my very first of those, well, the third if you count the first 2, on my first album, it was called Against All Odds,
Okay.
and it's still probably buried on the internet somewhere.
I don't even know if I don't think I've heard
You probably
that
haven't.
at all.
Yeah, you probably haven't.
Because when you say that on What's in the Water, I'm like, 3?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm behind. Like,
yeah.
where's the archives?
Yeah, I know. I feel like one of these days I want to bring the archives out.
Just
'Cause-
do like a Taylor Swift, like a
Yeah.
re-release,
That's a good
like
idea.
Chris's version.
Oh yeah, I could do something like that.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Have all live instruments or something. I don't know. I've always
Ooh,
dreamt about doing an album with all live instruments. That would be so cool.
It would be dope. Ray just did that. I don't know if you know who Ray is. She's a
Mhm.
British singer. Love her. She's like one of those people where I think innately you could look at her and be like, oh, I don't know if she's like, she doesn't come out and say I'm a Christian singer,
Mhm.
but she's been very outspoken, even more and more and more. You see the evolution in her music, her walk in faith
Mm.
and like her progression in relationship with the Lord. I love her so much. But
Wow.
anyway, very Amy Winehouse, like beautiful
cool.
vocal talent that just you just don't hear a lot of that. But
Yeah.
she did a full concert at what's the huge stadium that arena that everybody plays
You mean
in
like Madison Square Garden?
yeah,
or-
but in England.
Oh, in England, Wembley.
It might have been Wembley. She
Mm.
like sold this thing out, full orchestral, did her
Wow.
whole album live with the
Yeah,
orchestra.
see, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, people don't be doing that.
No.
Anymore.
Oh, especially not with rap music too. Like to
No,
mix
and
those
hers
two
is
notes.
more kind of like pop. I would say it's like a pop R&B
Okay.
soul.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's beautiful.
Wow.
So I support. I
Yeah,
support
okay,
this
cool. Thank you,
decision.
thank
I
you.
support this decision.
Yeah. So okay. So Against All Odds was the name of that album.
Mm.
And I'm still proud of it to this day, even though I said some things lyrically that I'm not proud of,
Mm.
but musically I'm proud of it. That's this weird thing.
Yeah.
And
It can be both.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, yeah.
Like but what I really like about that album, the reason why I'm still musically proud of it, is because I just had so much fun with just the freedom of making the music.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't trying to follow any structure. It's kind of like we were saying with Bible study.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to follow any structure. I wasn't trying to do too much or too little. I wasn't overthinking it. I was just
Mhm.
saying, "Oh, this sounds cool. Let's make a song out of this."
Yeah.
So I tried to be more free with this album that I'm finishing up now. Is I tried to be more free with the music of it.
Mm.
Like, and I feel like I'm at a place now. The one thing on that Against All Odds album, which if you were to listen to it and then compare it to this new album, is I had a lot more instruments going on the Against All Odds. Because I was like, "Oh, it'd be cool to have a little violin part here and then a little synthesizer part here."
Yeah.
And sometimes there's almost too many instruments layered on top of each
Okay.
other.
Yeah.
So now with this album, I've tried to simplify it. Like, no, the song's good enough as is. It doesn't need anything else
Yeah.
now. Like it's set. So, but I've enjoyed writing these songs and making them because I felt like I've just had more freedom with it and not tried so much to think about, how it would be perceived or what I should or shouldn't do on the song, and just tried to just have fun writing the songs. So
I love
eventually
that.
you'll hear it, and I'm committed to trying to get it out this year.
I was gonna say, do we have a release date?
No date yet, but
Okay.
I'm trying very
Tentatively.
hard to get it out this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We need a what do they call that? Like a listening party?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Release
Yeah.
party.
Yes. Yeah. We need a release party.
Yeah. I
Sign
would
me
love
up.
to.
Tell
Sounds
me
good.
tell me when and where. I'm there. You already know.
Sounds good.
You already know. Okay, so this was another question I had for you. When you're doing, because obviously I know you're writing all your own lyrics. That's like without question. And if anyone sees your Instagram videos, it's like that's very evident. Track wise, instrumental wise,
hmm
do you have someone that you work with, like with producing the actual beats or like instrumentation, or is that you doing all that?
Yeah. That's me. So everything you've heard has all been me.
That's insane.
Yeah, there was a couple projects I did before, like my music conversion. I had my real life conversion, and I had my music conversion. Everything pre-music.
I was born again 3 times.
Yeah, exactly. So no, everything that you would have heard, like all Second Mile, I made all the songs, made all the music,
Okay.
everything. Now there's some instruments that I don't play, like this guy, Rayshawn Blake, who I actually met through Najada through the Legion of Lyricists project.
Yes.
He played live drums on a lot of the songs on Second Mile.
Okay, I love the drums on
He's
so many of
good.
those songs.
Yeah, he's really good.
What's my favorite? I Killed a Man.
Yeah,
Love the drums
the
on that.
drums are crazy on that.
Does he do those?
Yes. So the way that process worked is I actually had synthesizer drums, and then I said, "Rayshawn, can you play this?" And he showed up at the studio and played it exactly how I did it, only like 10 times better. and yeah, I know those hi-hats when the chorus comes in. Lord Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he went
Oh.
crazy on that.
That is the I need you to know this, and you may not even know this reference because I don't know what kind of music you listen to, like outside of Christian worship stuff. But "Man Down" by Rihanna, that song that you made, "I Killed a Man," is like the Christian version of "Man Down" by Rihanna to me. Every time it comes on, I'm like, yeah.
Well, and shout out to Honesty Blade. He was another Legion of Lyricists guy.
Yes, I remember Honesty.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he was on that song "Killed a Man," and we did it like how we did the Legion of Lyricists project,
Yeah.
because we both played a character in it. And like in that song, I played the character of like, it's almost like a post-apocalyptic, like
Yeah.
the government is totally taken over, total tyrannical.
Yeah.
and and they're going door to door to do something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do with it what you will.
Yeah.
And and I wanted to stand up for my rights and for my freedom. Well, I took it too far. And that's the concept of the song. Lord Jesus, I've killed a man. Like, oh my God, now what? Like, I can't believe this.
Right.
And so I sent the song to Honesty, and I said, "Can you do the second verse from the perspective of the guy that gets killed?"
This so much.
And I basically just gave him just a super generic outline, like, maybe you could have it like, you're doing this job you don't really want to, or however you want to do it,
right?
And he showed up and spit that verse, and I was like,
it's amazing.
Yeah, it's like that was the ideal verse. And I love it. And he says, he starts at, I live a contracted killer life. Mission objective, search and kill. But the more that my body count grows, it seems that the worse I feel.
Yeah.
This blood that I use to sign this paper in cursive spills. Lord, would you find me an out? I'm looking for a way I could void or reverse this deal. And then so he says, Lord, can you find me an out? And at the very end of the verse, he says, thank you, Lord, I'm finally free. Lord Jesus.
I am singing that song at the top of my lungs. I literally on the way here that was one of the songs I was playing.
Nice, thanks.
In honest, like, here's the thing. This I think is the difference between just, and this kind of is going to go into what I want to ask you about the social media thing. But I think there's a difference when you're just pushing content and you're just like making something just to like get something out versus like the intentionality and the craftsmanship.
Sure.
Because I feel like I hate like modern day like hip hop. I really do. Like I used to listen more like in my teen years to like the music that was coming out at the time, but like anymore it's like I listen to the old stuff because I'm like everything now is trash, nothing's original, it's AI half the time, like you don't even know what you're listening to. But my point in saying that is there's so many times that I feel like there's people on songs features and it's like, did you just put this person on because it's so-and-so or like the name or whatever?
For sure.
But then you have a song like that. And see, this is where I'm like, I'm going to hype you guys up. I don't care. It's thanks. I think the artistry is underappreciated because you have a song like that. First of all, I love music like that where you get to play a character. You're like, this obviously isn't a real life story. Right. I didn't shoot anybody, but like you create this fantasy world and you have these two characters and Honesty was the perfect person.
Oh yeah.
I can't imagine anyone else doing that verse. It just wouldn't. It's like anyone else writing Second Mile. It just wouldn't have been what it needed to be.
Yeah. No, he came in. He literally showed up with that verse. Or I can't remember if he emailed it to me or I think he just came over the house and just rapped it for me. And I remember my reaction.
Was your jaw on the floor?
Oh, I was blown away. I was like screaming. I'm like, oh, because it was just like, you just, if you haven't heard the song, you should listen to it because his verse is just,
it's really good.
Oh man, he just wraps the song together and ties a bow on the top.
It's like, I love Second Mile for like the depth that it holds, but arguably that is my favorite song on the Second Mile album is I Killed a Man.
Thanks, because I felt like that song never got the appreciation.
This is what I'm saying. I'm appreciating it. I'm telling you, the drums, again, my favorite drum.
That's a cool song, man.
It's such a cool song.
Thanks.
And if you like Man Down by Rihanna, I'm telling you, it's a little less, island, but yeah. No.
Yeah, so with this album, I'm just trying to have a little more freedom.
Yeah.
With the creative process, and also, the songs they're not short, but they're a little bit shorter on average.
Okay.
And it's just because like I actually heard an interview with Paul McCartney one time because I've always been a huge Beatles fan, and he said something like when we were first starting out. Oh yeah, he goes, if you notice the Beatles songs, at least early Beatles songs, they all have a defined ending. I need help. Well, whatever. If you listen to them, they all got a defined ending.
Okay.
And he said someone told us we should do that because he said the crowd needs to know when to clap because back then it was all you wrote songs for live concerts. That was the purpose of writing songs,
Yeah.
so you could go play it in front of someone.
Right.
And he said, so all of our songs have a defined ending, as opposed to just like a long, like the beat just trails off for like 30 seconds and
Yeah.
fades out slowly.
Okay.
Like they all have this defined ending of like booms. He says, so that way the crowd knows when to clap.
When to
And I'm like, wow, that's cool. So with this album, like you'll notice a lot of songs, like they start quicker and they end quicker.
Okay.
Like less build up at the beginning and then less tail off at the end.
Okay.
And part of that's too, because like I have a short attention span, just like everybody. So some songs, like the title, or not the title track, but the first track on the album, it just starts and it's boom, 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 and I just start rapping immediately. Like it's just
Wow.
it's just in.
That's cool.
So yeah. So I've just tried to
Yeah,
do
you're
some different things.
experimenting.
Experimenting a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
Yep.
So, oh shoot, I just thought of a question, then it left my brain. You said something. Oh, how do you decide the order of like the track list?
Oh, most of the times I'll have like a general outline, like, okay, like this song needs to go first, and then this song needs to be right behind it, just because of like, a lot of times it just has to do with the way the sound
Flows.
Yeah, like after the one song ends, like sometimes if you have a really loud song, follow it with a soft song, like, because it's like, okay, the listener's ears are going to get too
Yeah.
overwhelmed if you just have loud songs in a row.
Right.
So sometimes I just try to go by like what I feel like what would flow naturally after this song. But then the other thing is topically too. Like sometimes
Okay.
I want the topic. Like I think on Second Miles, what's in the water before Kill the Man? I think it goes.
I believe so.
Yeah, Kill the Man, and then Lamentations, and then Night Walk.
Yep.
Yes.
Ends with Night Walk, which was perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So all that stuff, I always try to
That's
be really
my third
intentional.
favorite.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. That's.
Sometimes I'm humming like the bridge. Thank the Lord that I got a place to sleep tonight.
Yeah.
Thank the Lord. Because I'm like, no, wait, this is my gratitude list. Like, no, I need to actually, like, this is kind of part of my prayer.
That was another fun story on that song too, because I was this was back when I was still able to take naps. Because like I like I don't know if you know, but we have a 14-month-old now, the little baby girl Lily.
You guys had a baby?
Yeah, so she's
What's her name?
Lily. So she's cute as ever, and she's like,
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
I did not know that you guys were parents.
yeah, thanks.
Aw.
So she's always like, anyways, I love her to death, obviously.
Yeah.
But okay, so anyways, in my previous life when I was able to take naps, and I was like, so I was
I'm
laying
glad that you explained that you had a child because I was like, did something happen to you? Like, I don't understand.
oh, I just can't sleep anymore.
I'm like, is the Lord punishing you? Like, you can't take a nap now?
So yeah, so I was literally, it was like a Saturday afternoon, and I was bored out of my mind, and I was about to take a nap, and I was like, let me just try to go write a song. Like, let me force myself. And I was literally on the couch and everything. I was this close, and I'm like, let me just force myself to just try to write something. And then I actually went up there, and Night Walk actually came out of that, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. That was a cool example of like, hey, sometimes just get up and just do something, and maybe something good will happen. So, anyways. Yeah, so I usually try to be intentional. And then, like, my friend Matt Helt, who I've been friends with, I mentioned him earlier, forever. And I'll usually get his input, too, just because, like, he's not so much a musician, but he's I just appreciate his opinions on everything.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he's a good representation of, like, what the average ear will hear.
Gotcha.
So a lot of times I'll seek his input because
he's kind of like your like focus group.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
He's like a focus group.
Yeah.
Yeah, so normally I'll have a general idea of the order of songs, and I'll run it by him and be like, what do you think? And he'll be like, oh no, this song has to go after this. And I'll be like, oh yeah, it's a good idea.
You're right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, now I have questions about fatherhood. But, okay, I got to ask. I've been, like, teasing it. I got to ask my social media question. It's not even anything that great. Like, I wasn't trying to, like, tease it this whole time. But because I was thinking about this. Because, one, I was, like, looking up the music video because I just, like, reposted, like, with the link and everything. So I was, like, re-looking it up. I was looking up, like, your old album, songs, things like that. And I'm like, Chris's internet profile is arguably way too small.
It's not too exciting, is it? It's not an exciting
your
internet
Instagram fall, and I'm not saying this in like, I'm not trashing on you at all. I'm like, no, this is coming from like a genuine place, because there's such this. I want your thoughts on this, because I'm sure you've wrestled with this. This is such a social media driven world, and especially in the music space. I mean, I don't know if you follow people like this, but you got Forrest Frank, you got Connor Price.
Oh, yeah.
They literally have built their music off of social media.
Yeah.
Because like they kind of like built the audience, and like as they went, they're like, we're just going to push this content. How, like, what are your thoughts surrounding that? Because I feel like it would be so easy for someone in your position to be like, I gotta be putting content out, I gotta be making these videos, I gotta be, and it's like, I've never seen you do that. You are one of the least active social media people I've ever met.
Yeah, and I don't think there's anything wrong with having a big social media presence, and I don't think there's anything right about not having a social media presence. I just think it's however you want to do it, I guess. But for me, yeah, so the reason why I'm not so active, I mean, there's a few reasons. One of them is I got to a point where I got rid of the Instagram app on my phone. Like, I'll still go on, but I'll like log on the internet version. Like the old school internet version.
Okay.
And the reason being is because there's just a lot of stuff on Instagram, and it knows how to
get you.
It knows how to get you, yeah. And like those algorithms are like they're too smart. And like I just found in my own example, I'm not saying it's universally bad or whatever, but in my own example, I just felt like it was doing more harm than good.
Okay.
Because I would go on there and I would view it, and I was using it as like an escape. Like if we were having a conversation that got uncomfortable, like, oh, Chris, you were late, and like, and the conversation got uncomfortable, it's like an escape, just, well, all right, I'm just going to flip on my phone. And that's just one example.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for me, it became like it was doing more harm than good, I felt, in my life. So I got rid of the app. And then the reason I don't post that much, well, one, because now it's hard to post because I have to somehow get it to the thing and upload it through the internet, Instagram.com version, which I don't even know if you can do that.
I don't think it won't let you upload from the computer version.
Really?
No.
That's so lame.
Because I think I tried that one time because I was on like a fast from my personal account, but I was like, well, I can't really fast right now from the podcast account because I was trying to get it off the ground, So I was like, well, I'll do it on the computer. I had the video on my computer, but I was like, I need to post this short.
Yeah, it should be perfect.
This clip. You can't post from I don't think you can.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And the other reason why
that's how they get you.
Yeah, for sure. And the other reason I don't post all that much is because, like, for me, I started to feel like sometimes I would look at my profile, like, objectively, like, not being myself. And I would just almost, like, look at it as, like, vanity, like, like, I care about myself a little too much. Like,
Interesting.
feeling myself a little too much.
Okay.
Like, and I can look back, even to this day, I'll still scroll sometimes and just delete random posts from the past because I'll just see it and I'll just be like, I remember what I was thinking and what I was feeling when I posted this. And it was just, I want people to see me. I want people to see this. And it was like,
Wow.
So now I've tried to just, if I post, I try to just make it something like, hey, maybe it'll help someone that hears this, or help someone that sees this.
Yeah.
And because, I try to do the reverse too. The thing about Instagram is it's interesting because, what you're viewing on Instagram when people post, and they got the couples photos and the pumpkin patch and they're all matching, and the 4-year-old boy and the 2-year-old girl, and they're all matching, smiling. And those are all perfect lives. Have you ever noticed this?
I love wherever this is going.
Their lives are all perfect. And I had that practice rap on Instagram. Everybody's perfect, but not me. Everybody's perfect, but not me. Because when you scroll through, it's all perfect lives, which is fake. It's not reality. And like, the baby probably just, threw up 2 seconds before. The couple is in a fight in this picture.
Yeah.
They're literally arguing during this picture.
Yeah.
Like
the kid was crying, but then you promised him a sucker for 5 seconds, enough to smile. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I witnessed it firsthand. I remember one time, my wife and I were in Florida, and I saw this girl and this guy that they were dating or married or whatever, and they're on this pier out over the ocean. And she was like up in his arms, and like her like legs. You know how like girls will do that photo where like they kick their legs up behind them while the guy's holding her.
Yes, I love that.
You're
like, like they like do that thing.
Yeah, like he's like this and she's like that. She was doing one of those, and like the sunset was in the background, and of course it was like right after my wife and I had an argument, and I'm like, God, look at that, and I see it, and then and then I realized
you're like, I'm sick.
Yeah, and there's a third person there taking the picture.
Yep.
And as soon as the picture's done, she just jumps right down from boyfriend's arms and runs over and looks at doesn't even like pay the boyfriend any mind at all.
Yeah, or the sunset.
Or the sunset. And just runs to the phone and just like, all right, let's see. Okay, all right. And then they go back and do it again.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're faking it. And I just saw it. So so I try to put myself on the reverse, because I feel like that can contribute to people's depression, because you look and you see everyone else is married and has 2 kids.
Yeah.
Everyone else's life is totally perfect.
Preach it, Chris.
Everyone else is on vacation all the time.
Yeah.
Everyone else is getting a promotion right now, and they're happy. Everyone else is happy right now. And but what you realize is that it's actually fake. And it's literally fake, because they took the picture, then they doctored up first they had the pose, then they doctored up the picture after it was taken. Then they posted it and came up with some good caption that they thought would make. So what you realize is that the whole thing's fake.
Yeah.
But intrinsically, you're comparing yourself to a fake thing. So like, I'm getting depressed because everyone else is happy.
And they're not even actually happy.
But really, they're not even actually happy. You're comparing yourself to a fake, a fictional thing.
Yeah.
So I've tried to reverse that and be like, I don't ever want to post and be like, look at how great my life is, because first of all, then that would be fake. And don't get me wrong, I love my life. I'm okay.
Yeah.
But I just don't want to be like, hey, look at how perfect everything is.
Yeah.
And have someone on the other end who's lonely, and now they might envy a fake image of me.
Yeah.
And it contributes to them like wanting to do harm to themselves, like on an extreme level.
Yeah.
And it's like, so anyways, that's been my whole thing, is like, I'd rather just play it safe. So that's why, like, when I do the practice raps, like, I usually just set the phone here.
Yeah.
And I'm just like sitting there, and I got my note. Like, it's nothing crazy, because I just want to give an honest picture of what's going on.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm long-winded with everything.
No, that was a great answer, and I already knew that you had thought this through, and like, I knew there was a reason, but that's why I wanted to ask you the question, because I admire it.
Oh, thanks.
So that when I say like, you don't like have like that many followers, I'm not coming at you. I'm like genuinely intrigued, and I admire the mindset that you don't feel like you have to keep up with the Joneses.
No, thanks.
That you don't have to keep up with the Forrest Franks and the Connor Prices and the like, oh, I got to pump the content out and I'm putting an album out, so I better get on Instagram. And
Sure.
I'm not even saying there's anything wrong with it. I love Connor Price.
Yeah.
Forrest Frank is great too. I listen to more Connor Price. But like, again, like you said, it's not that it's wrong.
Yeah.
It's like to each their own in that regard. But it's like I mean, I don't want to like put words in your mouth, but it sounds like you had like almost like this like conviction, like realization. You're like, I just don't feel comfortable doing it this way.
Yeah.
And I think that's respectable.
No, thank you.
For sure.
Yeah, that's been the whole thing. I just don't want to put out this fake picture about look at how perfect my life is.
Yeah.
Because people are comparing themselves to that.
Yeah.
And we all do it.
Oh, yeah.
Whether we consciously do it or
Yeah.
not. And I've noticed it. I've even caught myself. I'll go on Instagram for 5 minutes and I feel worse afterwards. I'm like, nothing changed. My circumstances changed 0% in those 5 minutes. But what did change was I just looked at 100 people's perfect lives. You know,
Yep.
So now I'm feeling worse about myself.
Yeah. Well, and like, not that you asked for my 2 cents, but the way, because I've thought about this too, not quite in the way that you just described it, but I'm very anti-fake. I really am. And sure, I have, I guess you could call like more like polished posed photos on my Instagram. I actually dressed up for once because it was my birthday and I took a photo and I posted it because I felt like good about myself or, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I like being like counteractive to the culture of the thing. And so I have like remedied this in my head and with my content here in my personal profile, like whatever it may be, of like, I'm actually going to like more times than not post one of like the realest, probably rawest things that people could see. Like I try to air my stuff out because I don't want to contribute to the fake problem.
Sure.
I want when people see my stuff to feel like I just felt like when you were talking about us over analyzing like God's will. And I'm like, that is a breath of fresh air. What you just, that's in a way what I want people to feel like when they're like, oh, Nicole just was diagnosed with endometriosis. Oh, she's having like, this is real stuff.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, I don't know. So that's kind of my 2 cents on that. I don't know if that like helps.
No, I think you do a great
perspective,
job
but like, but just like, I want to counteract the fake epidemic.
Yeah. No, that makes total sense. And I think you do a great job at it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And so I don't know. Maybe I will look back and be like, dang, I should have had more of a social media presence. Like I should have got out there
Something
more.
tells me you're not going to get to heaven and say that.
I don't know.
Dang, I wish I had more Instagram followers.
No, but I might be 50 with a receding hairline being like, man, if I'd only done a few more TikTok videos.
Oh my.
It's possible. It's possible.
Well, but I asked this almost as like a fellow creative to a fellow creative. Again, our paths are different, our lanes are different, but like we're doing similar things in a way of like, because I do feel sometimes that pressure of like, I should probably have a TikTok. I'm not on TikTok, but I'm like, do I get on TikTok for the podcast? Like, would that help the viewership? Would the clips go? Like, you run the scenarios in your head.
Yeah.
Or you're like, how much do I post? And it's, people have no idea the time.
Yeah.
The time investment in even just like those shorts that you see. I do like these little trailers for like some of the episodes. Hours.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Hours. And it's like, and then you want to like literally jump off a roof sometimes because then it has like 5 likes. And you're like, this took me an hour and a half of my life that I will never get back. And so I'm constantly, because I like hate social media, but I know like the tool that it can, and I'm constantly in this like tug of war with it. So that's why I like asking people that are in a similar lane of your thoughts. And that's why I like wanted to ask you that question. Because I've just noticed like you're not super active. And again, I'm like, I respect that because I'm like, it's exhausting trying to.
Well, plus part of it's strategic because you know why? Because I'm saving up so that now when I do post, everyone will get that little notification.
Ooh.
Chris Black Ohio posted for the first time in a while,
and it's gonna be the album drop.
Yeah, see, so I'm banking.
You're pulling an NF.
Exactly. So I'm waiting on. I'm saving up that time.
You're Beyonce. No promos over here. We're just gonna drop the album. How about that?
Here it is.
The real ones will know.
Exactly.
I should turn my notifications on for you, honestly, because sometimes too, I'm like, because the Instagram is terrible about showing me the people that I actually follow that I want to see their stuff.
Same.
It's like what you just said. Like you guys could have posted that you had your daughter. I'm not saying you did, but like you could have like 14 months ago, and I would have never seen it.
Oh yeah,
because it just didn't show it to me.
Oh yeah, I scroll through now. I'm like, I don't follow any of these people.
Yeah.
Who are these people?
Yeah, you're like, I don't know you. Yeah.
It's just being fed through the algorithm or something.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
No, so like that was a great answer though. It's such a tug of war.
It is.
Yeah. And then I think it's hard too when you see it work. Like again, not to keep using them as an example, but like the Forrest Franks of the world. It's like that like worked for him.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's why I'm saying like maybe I will look back and be like, man, if I had just done a little bit more on social media. Um, so
Do you want to? This is a question. Sorry, I'm like getting in your business.
No,
Do
it's
you want to be famous?
I don't know. It's a tough question. I mean, like, I'm probably like, if you would ask me 10 years ago, I'd be like, absolutely, of course.
Yeah.
But now I'm probably like 2/3 no. 1/3 of me is still trying to hang on, be like, man, that would be pretty cool. You could tour the country and like whatever. People, know your music. People know your lyrics all across the country. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But now I think like I'm obviously older now and stuff, and like the reality of like your life would be totally screwed up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I understand that reality a little more.
Yeah.
I can't just have a Bible study at a coffee shop,
Right.
For one example.
Right.
Your whole life would be totally screwed up.
Right.
So I think most of me is like, no, I'm okay if that never happens. But there's definitely still a part of me that's like, that would be cool, man. Tour the country. Like,
yeah,
for sure. Yeah, that's still there.
Yeah. I like asking that question because there's a spectrum of people. Like someone like my dad is like, I'm not getting on camera.
Mm-hmm.
I have no desire. Like no desire. I don't want to, no parts of it. I said this, and I don't know, maybe you've wrestled with this, but I agree with you. Like as you get older, you start to realize the consequence of fame. Like you see, like, and understand more of like what that actually costs you.
Yeah.
But I like my entire life growing up, like I would probably say like I want to be famous.
Mm-hmm.
But I had this conversation with some people from the group, and I was like, but I feel like, but I'm like, but at the same time, like I don't actually want to be famous. And
Right.
I love my friend Kendall. She like interrupted me. She's like, I think you want to be influential.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's different. And I'm
Yeah.
like, wow. Like the way
Shout
she
out
just
Kendall. Yeah, that was
shout
a good,
out
that's a
Kendall.
good
We love
statement.
Kendall.
Yeah.
We love Kendall over here. She did a podcast with Faith and I. We talked about growing up Christian actually. Yeah.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
Kendall. Okay,
Yeah.
I listened to that.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
episode.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I didn't want to just assume like you like know like all of these reference points, but yeah. Thanks for listening.
Okay. No, sure.
So that was Kendall that was in that episode with us.
Got it. Okay.
But yeah, so but the reframing of that, I'm like, oh, like that is more what it is,
Mm-hmm.
more than like fame. It's more like, oh yeah, like I want to be influential. Like,
Yeah.
like I'm
Yep.
sure you feel that like with your lyrics of like,
Definitely.
yeah, I want this to influence people.
100%. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Influential. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so appreciative more than I've expressed to you or more than you realize of like that, like at the May Halls, you were rapping What's in the Water.
Mm-hmm.
The Second Mile, you're like, hey, I hear it. I'm over here, but I hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got an idea.
Yeah.
Like that's why I've loved that, because it's like, yeah, that's thank you. Like
Yeah.
finally a response that I've like been hoping for,
Yeah. Yeah.
because I do put so much time and care into it, and
Yeah.
and life experience. Like you said, you put 11 months into a 3-minute video.
Yeah.
You could have 11 months of life experience into a 3-minute song lyrics.
Yeah.
Or 11 years of life experience into a 3-minute song.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, you like to have it reciprocated a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
Yeah, influential. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, shout out Kendall for
Mm-hmm.
that. She's a wise woman. She is who's doing my merch. She does the
Oh, okay,
embroidery.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she did a good job. The
Yeah.
merch looks good.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're welcome.
she's one heck of a woman. We love her.
Cool.
But yeah, so that's what I like to ask that question, because again, like I'm in that mindset. Like again, she gave better verbiage to it, but I'm like, well, yeah, like part of me obviously wants to be something because I'm sitting here with a camera posting and,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah. But I think you bring up a good point too of like balancing like the intention behind it. Like,
Yeah.
hey, my heart was not in a good place
Yeah.
and I could go back and probably think of a few things that I
Yeah.
put out that I'm like, yeah, your heart was kind of like questionable on that, you know?
Definitely. Yeah.
So I think we all have that, but it's that balance of like the heart posture and intention. And then also you brought up like the vanity of like
Mm-hmm.
it. And I think there's a fine line between is this vain and like, oh, look at me, or is this, hey, I'm really proud of this. Like I just
Yeah.
said, I reposted like our music video. It's like
For sure.
3 years later, I'm still dang proud of that thing.
Absolutely. No, but that's a total different because that that music video is it's a professional product,
Mm,
you know, so that is something that should be published on the internet as much as possible, in my opinion,
mm,
because, and I'm not saying this to be like, oh yeah, because it's the best song ever, but I'm just talking about the video of it.
yeah.
That like that's a professional product, so like no, so posting that, reposting that. That's not a vanity thing at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that the vanity comes like with the pumpkin patch photos.
I'm telling you right now, if I ever take a family pumpkin patch photo with my future family, that I need you to roast me in the comments.
I'll nail you.
I need you to promise me that you will roast me.
Yeah,
I love a good roast. That's yeah.
because the
I'm gonna need
pumpkin
that.
patch has intention behind it. You intentionally made sure all 4 members of the family matched. You planned this out. This was a premeditated.
This is a John Chris net positive episode right now. I don't know if you listened to John Chris.
No.
He's literally had like this exact he's like, what are we doing with the matching flannels at the pumpkin patch? He like literally has, I think, a skit video because he's a comedian.
Okay.
He like did like a whole skit on this.
Oh, okay.
Like
yeah.
girls like at the pumpkin patches.
The
Like,
pumpkin patch. Yeah.
this is
I don't
hilarious.
care. You even getting any pumpkins? Are you even carving that? Did you buy any apple cider? In my day,
Back in my day when
Back
we
in
went
my
to the
day.
pumpkin patch, it was for the pumpkins.
it was for the pumpkins.
Now it's for
apple
the
cider.
photos.
That was for the photos.
That's so funny.
Of course, now that I have a kid, maybe I'll be like, all right, guys, let's do a pumpkin photo.
I guarantee you're going to do a pumpkin
I'm-
photo.
I
You have a
might.
daughter. Yeah.
Might actually happen though.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Am I allowed to roast you in the comments?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I've
Okay.
opened myself up to that now.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Not your wife or your daughter, just you.
No, that's fine. And that's like another thing too, the eating your words thing.
Ugh.
So like when I went through the dark period and then I came back, well then I like went too far the opposite way and I became this like hardcore, like almost like judgmental Christian. Like,
yeah.
no, it has to be this way. It has to be this way. And I like got too hardcore.
Yeah.
And I followed one of these internet pastors. I won't say his name because I don't want to bring, publicity to the guy's name, but
Oh,
he's
boy.
one of these internet pastors that gets a following and he's just he's a nut. He's a lunatic.
Mm,
But I fell for it because he said a lot of true things and he like speaks to your frustrations.
mm,
And that's a whole other topic. But
ugh.
if you speak to someone's frustrations, they're much more likely to like follow you and listen to you.
Okay.
So he would speak to the frustrations of like that I had about churches and about this and that.
Yeah.
So I started following him and I became this like hardcore. And I would say these, no, you should never do this. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. Well, then wouldn't you know, I tripped and stumbled and I did like the stuff that I said, oh,
Yes.
no one should ever do this.
Yes.
And eating your words is not a fun thing at all.
No.
And I've had to
But
do it.
I went through the same thing. I don't think people even know it. Like, I don't think I verbalized a lot of it, but internally, I'm
Mhm.
airing myself out with you. Like, I went through the same thing where I'm like, I don't understand, like, why they're like, and I'm like judging,
Yeah.
even silently. I'm like judging. And then I end up what you just said. And you're like, and you sit there and there's this moment where you're like, you are no better.
Yeah.
You are no more righteous. You are no, like, it. I thank God, though, for the humility that came with that,
Yeah.
because that needed to happen.
Yeah.
And what's scary is it seems like some people never get that. And so I actually thank God that, like, I got my butt humbled.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
Because
Yeah.
I think all of us can I feel like a lot of Christians, you could ask them. They probably had a period where they are like, our group calls them like the Christian Karens, where they're, you know,
Yeah,
you know what a Karen is,
Yeah,
but it's like the Christian version. And they're like, put your cart away. Like, that's not how you park. Like, yeah, like that.
Right.
Then they got their like Facebook Live, like,
yeah. Yep.
But it's like, we all, I think, have that period. But I'm like, I truly thank God that like I was humbled, because that's where I'm like, I have so much more compassion, so much more grace for people, because I'm like, yeah, like, again, I actually, Keith says this, I stole this from him, but he's like, life is long. Yes, life is a vapor, but life is long. And there's so many things that you'll be like, I will never.
Yeah.
Until you do.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I think to your point about, that's actually really interesting, the speaking to frustrations thing, because I think of that verse, I think it's in 1 Corinthians 13, where Paul lays out all the gifts of the Spirit in 1 Corinthians 12. 1 Corinthians 13, he interrupts himself, because then 14, he goes back to the gifts. I talked about this on an episode, but I love this. He interrupts himself to say, but if I don't have love, it's a clanging gong.
Right.
It's just a symbol. Just go, like, all of these gifts, none of this means anything if I don't have love. And so it's like, that is such a hinging premise of like, sure, there's truth in what someone may be saying, but is it in love? Or like your example with that Adam guy in college. He approached you in and out of love. And that's how you were able to digest and receive that.
For sure.
What is it? It is his kindness that leads us to repentance. It's out of love. And so it's like, you can do all this stuff and have all these gifts and talents and all the things, but it's like, if I do not have love.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, like, I don't know, maybe that helps you like reframe that experience of like, thank God I was humbled.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure you have more grace and empathy for people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're totally right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Because I was going down a path that was like, who knows where that would have ended
You were on
up.
a war path.
Yeah, I was on a war path. Exactly. I was going to burn them all down, man. I know the right way to do it. You're all doing it wrong.
Yeah. Oh.
Another thing too is like, because there are verses in the Bible where it talks about judgment, and like in a good context, like you should have judgment. And I looked it up. I'm like, I'm curious, because I got, so I read King James Version, which was, translated to English in 1611 originally. Wow. Well, so I got an old dictionary, because I'm like, I should try to get a dictionary that's close to when this was translated, so I actually know what these words meant at the time that they chose that word.
Right.
So it's an 1828 dictionary. Amazing, by the way. Noah Webster, first Webster's dictionary. Noah Webster, and he literally uses Bible verses in his like examples of definitions.
1828.
Yeah, it's an amazing dictionary. So I looked up judgment, because I'm like, you know what? Because I've seen verses where God uses it in a good connotation.
Yeah.
Like you should have judgment.
Right.
And I'm like, So I looked it up, and it has nothing to do with like what we would call condemning people.
Right.
Like today we use judgment of like, oh, that person went out drinking last night and today they're in church. What a horrible person.
Yeah.
Like that's how we use the term judging today.
Even though the church is the place for the sick, not the healthy. Okay.
Right.
I'll digress.
Right. Exactly. Right. I'm saying that's right. We're saying
that was for the Christian Karens in case they were
exactly.
listening.
Yes. The Karens would say that.
Yeah.
So, and we call that judging. Well, when I go back and I look at the old definition, it had nothing to do with condemning, like deciding who's right and who's wrong. Judgment had to do with more of like deciphering and like using wisdom in decisions. Like, so
discernment,
that was the word I was looking for. Discernment. Yes. So it had to do with like, is this a right thing to do or a wrong thing to do? Hey, is this person, I can still love this person, but should I trust my kids with this person? Like, hey, is this pastor, like, do they have good intentions?
Come on, Chris.
Or do they want to be famous?
Come on, Chris.
So like when God talks about judgment in a positive connotation, that's why Jesus so many times said, let no man deceive you. I mean, you look in the New Testament, it's Jesus. How many times do you remind us, guys, don't get tricked? I'm telling you over and over and over again, don't be deceived. Don't be tricked.
Yeah.
Because why? Because he knew that, again, wolves in sheep's clothing. They're dressed as a sheep. They're not dressed as a wolf. a sheep looks pretty gentle and nice and loving.
Sure does.
So Jesus is saying, guys, just be aware, like, these people are out here and they're going to be pretty good. Like, it's going to be pretty hard to see the cons.
Yep.
So
Until they eat you.
until they eat you, exactly.
Yep.
And, or until you're church hurt, until you're totally damaged, irreparably. I mean, how many people do you talk to and they're like, oh yeah, this church I grew up going to, I turned out they were embezzling, their pastor's having an affair, I'll never go
Yep.
back to another church again.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's like, that's why. So I think when the Bible uses judgment in a good connotation, he's referring to that discernment. Hey, maybe I shouldn't be taking my family to this pastor because he just contradicted himself in a pretty serious way.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah,
Yeah.
I think we should
Mhm.
have judgment.
Discerning
discernment.
judgment.
Discern,
Yes.
right? Judging what's best for me in this situation, what's best for
Mhm.
my family, what's right, what's wrong here.
Yeah.
Is this guy lying or is this guy, an honest dude?
Mm,
Like that sort of judging within yourself, not judging others.
yes. That's good. Wow. Thank you for sharing that.
Sure.
That's good.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Did you by chance listen to my episode Bethel and Bad Shepherds?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
I talk
No.
about the wolves in sheep's clothing. So
Okay,
that's
yeah.
why I was like,
Oh, I'll have to listen to that.
Yeah. I got some things out on that one. I needed that.
Okay,
And
nice.
I was like, listen, even if no one else gets something from this, which I hope obviously people do, I'm like,
Yeah.
I needed that to
Oh, that's
exit
good.
my body.
Oh, if you want to point out any more wolves, I'll be a guest any day. Talk about some wolves.
You're about to burn the place out. You're like, where's the matches? Where's the kindling? Burn it down.
I'm going back.
I'm backpedaling. I went on one podcast and I'm backsliding.
You know what? I was right. You guys are all wrong.
Oh my gosh. You're like, where's the Karens? Point them out.
Karen.
Oh.
Shout out to everyone who's actually named Karen. I do feel bad for
Yeah,
anyone
I
that's
do
actually
feel
named
bad.
Karen.
Yeah, that's really true because a lot of y'all probably aren't actually Karens, but yeah, the name
Oh,
just
yeah.
really did y'all dirty.
Oh, did y'all dirty.
Yeah.
Rough.
I'm so sorry. It's like the Chads, though. Do you know about this?
I don't think
Like
so.
Chad is like a reference to like my friend actually uses that, like Christian Karens, meaning like obviously they're like over
Mhm.
the edge a bit, and then Christian Chads where it's like they're like kind of think of like the frat bro, like pot smoking, like
Yeah.
dude, like just really casual about everything.
Oh, okay.
So she's
Yeah.
like, I don't want to be a Karen, but I don't want to be a Chad. Like, and I'm like,
Okay.
that is very true.
Yeah.
I wanna be somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. So sorry to the Chads of the world too.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
a bummer. They're taking the Chads down too.
Yeah, the Chads have gotten shafted with
Wow.
the frat. Like,
Oh, I got a cool name thing, by the way. I just thought of it. So you remember when Jesus is talking about the last days
yeah,
in Matthew 24, and he says,
Oh.
"As it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be before the Son of Man
Yeah.
comes." Well, you know what's crazy? So my wife looked this up, and she showed me that from the Social Security Agency, top names, because you get a Social Security number, you have to register your name.
yeah.
So they have a log of all names, and they can rank number 1, number 2,
Oh,
top 10 names in the country, everything. The number 2 name in the country for new babies born in 2025 was Noah. And I was like, that's pretty crazy. As it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be. I was like, that was kind of interesting. I don't know if there's anything to that, but I just thought it was pretty cool.
okay. So I don't want to. How do I want to phrase this? I don't want to put you in an uncomfortable thing, so you don't have to answer this question if you don't want to.
No, that's okay.
Do you think this is total pivot, by the way?
Mhm.
But you just said that. What are your thoughts on like, are we close to the second coming?
Okay, so I think we could be. I think like there's more circumstances today that would allow for it than say 2,000 years ago when it was written.
Right.
Like for example, he shall require all rich and poor, free and bond, whatever, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and you can't buy or sell without the mark. Okay, 2,000 years ago, what kind of mark would be in my right hand or in my forehead that no one in the world could buy or sell without it? How can you fathom that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, today you could fathom it. Hey,
Yeah.
the technology's there. If you insert a little microchip and have everyone's currency on that and have it registered at some mainframe database.
Yep.
Yeah, you could actually feasibly do that
Yes.
today.
Yes.
So I do
Yes.
think the circumstances are here. I think there have been some weird things that have lined up that are like, that's kind of interesting.
Mm.
But I also think that God is so amazing in how he wrote this book that he wrote it in such a way where if he decides to delay it another 1,000 years, he can do that and it'll still be equally as accurate.
Yes, I agree.
Like, so, okay. So I sort of danced around your question. So I do think a lot of circumstances are there for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping I can be 70 years old, on a rocking chair on a porch overlooking a farm someday. I'm hoping I can just have somewhat of a normal life.
Yeah.
It hasn't really been normal, especially since COVID and all that.
Yeah, no
So-
normalcy here.
No, and I also think too that, and this is controversial in Christendom, but I do think that Christians will have to go through some trouble.
I agree.
Before that
No,
happens.
fully agree. Fully agree.
Well, that's cool. So then we don't have to sit here and debate.
No.
Because there's a lot of people that teach that, any moment we'll just get zapped up and then everything will get really bad. And I'm like,
That's not what I see.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know.
And how is that on par with any other part of the Christian life, which is
That's what I'm-
suffering?
exactly.
Suffer as I've suffered. In this world, you will have many trials, but
Exactly.
take heart, for I've overcome. You think in the end you're just going to get out of it?
I know. And
I'm
like,
not saying we're going to be here for all of it.
right.
I don't think we're escaping unscathed.
Right. I totally agree. And I think no, exact 100% amen to everything you just said.
Yeah.
I think and some of these that believe and teach that will be the case are very studied and they seem to have a good grasp on the scriptures and everything. But they'll say, okay, well, look at Noah, look at Enoch, look at Elijah, they'll say, oh yeah, there was 2 raptures, Enoch and Elijah. God took them up before and they never had to die. And I'm like, that actually proves that, if anything, that proves that you do have to go through stuff, because Enoch lived in the pre-flood world,
That's true.
which the Bible says the only thought of man's heart was wickedness
Evil.
all the time.
Yep.
He lived through that for like 300 years before God took him out.
That's
And
a
he-
form of suffering.
Yeah, and Elijah, he took him out after the queen had all the prophets of God executed and said, and guess what, Elijah, you're next. I mean, that's serious stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So to
Wasn't
say,
it Elijah who had like a complete crash out? And
Yeah.
he's like, just kill me now. And
Yeah.
then like the Lord had to send like a raven to like deliver him food. And he's like, eat a snack and take a nap.
yeah, that was him. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
I feel
yeah, you want to talk about those 2 guys? Yeah, those 2 guys had to go through some stuff.
I love talking about the people of the Bible
Oh, yeah.
because I just went off about this with David because I just did an episode. It was called like Sit in the Tension. And I talked about you don't get, I think it was Psalm 32. You don't get Psalm 32 without David having an affair with Bathsheba and losing their son as a consequence.
Wow.
You don't get Psalm 32.
Right.
But it's so funny to me because this goes back to the whole like Christian, like Karen kind of energy, or the brother being envious of the prodigal son in the church energy of like, it's like, I'm not saying like, oh yeah, just do whatever you want and like, don't gently, be like, hey, like, I think you're getting a little lot. I'm not saying that, but it's like, where did we go so off the page where it's like, have we forgot about the sanctification process?
Yeah, sure.
Have we forgot that until we are fully in our heavenly bodies,
Yeah.
none of us are fully in glory
Right.
and like in perfection? It's just not possible. And so I'm like, everybody wants to be like, oh, David was a great leader, and Moses and Noah and like all these figures, Abraham.
Mhm.
And I'm like, yeah, and let's go through their rap sheet.
Yeah, sure.
But then when today somebody who, this goes back to my whole thing with like, you were like, I, smoked weed for a time or whatever it was.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm a Christian. David, a man after God's own heart, committed adultery and murder.
Yeah.
And I think to myself today, if David, exactly as that played out, was David, if the church would cancel him, if the church would have turned their back on
good
him,
point. Yeah, good point.
I think the answer is yes.
Yeah.
they would have been like, you can't call yourself a man after God's own. He never even called himself that, but you know my point. Like, you
Yeah,
can't call
sure.
yourself a man after God's own heart.
Yeah, you're right.
You just committed adultery.
Yeah.
You just committed murder.
But that's a tough thing. That's a tough thing because I could easily see myself being like, you're still going to listen to this? I mean, think about it. Like,
Yeah.
if you were living in that time, or like you
And
said, if
that's
it was
your
present
king.
day, yeah. I mean, I could see myself being like, I don't know about that David guy anymore.
And what you don't see happen, though, because he is repentant,
Yeah.
you don't see the anointing lift.
Mm,
God doesn't take it off of him. Remember, God removed it off of Saul.
yeah, right.
And
Yep,
that's why he went AWOL.
right.
You don't see him do that with David.
No, you're right. Yeah.
But that's this, and that's why I titled that "Sit in the Tension."
Yeah.
Sit in the tension of that.
Hmm.
Because not to get like super political, and I'm not saying like one thing one way or another, but this is part of the problem. Like I had like when people were like coming at Trump, like well, 35 years ago, and it's like, okay, let's talk about what you were like 35 years
Oh,
ago.
sure.
Like,
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
be
sure.
so for real right now.
Sure.
Again, am I saying he's a perfect? No. But my point is, I'm like, again, we just want to keep condemning people
Right.
for something
Yeah.
35 years ago.
Right. Well, and my thing too, like, because you brought up the T word, is like, my thing too
You
is
said the
like,
T word.
the thing that always raises a red flag for me is when I see something that's like super contradictory. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's hard to think of like an example, like, without being political, like, so let's say someone is a marriage counselor and he writes books on marriage and how to have a perfect Christian marriage and how to do this and how to do that. And then you find out that he's sleeping around, he's having affairs all the time. It's like, okay, wait a second. That's like fundamentally if it's fundamentally contradictory,
Yeah.
that's where a red flag goes up for me. Cause it's like, hold on. Like
Mhm.
your whole existence is built on this specific thing. And that's the specific thing that you like, that you're sinning in. Like,
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
Sometimes when it doesn't add up for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like, okay, so compare T word with David and how they acted afterwards.
Mhm.
David was like, oh, wow, I screwed up.
Yeah.
God, I'm so freaking sorry.
Yep.
Like, I'm so sorry, God.
Yep.
Like, let it be on me. Like, somehow,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
so that just, extreme humility of just, God, I need your help. Like,
Yeah.
please help me.
Yeah.
That to me always shows sincerity.
Yes.
Versus if you just never own it, you just plow forward. Oh no, I'm a Christian. Yeah, well, then it's like, but there should be repentance. Like,
Yeah. I don't like here. I'm just gonna say it plainly. I don't like talking to Christians who want to pretend with me like they don't be having stuff in the closet.
sure.
Like, let's be so for real. I hate it
Me too.
because I feel like it's fake. Going
Yeah.
back to your point, it's like, so you're gonna sit up here and act like you ain't never
Exactly.
had this thought, had this temptation, had this. You just okay,
Right.
okay.
I
I can't talk to people like that.
I know,
If you
me
don't want to
either.
be real, I can't talk to you.
No, I totally agree. And that turns like non-Christians, they see right through that.
Yes.
I think as Christians, we can be the most naive at times. Oh, but he talked about Jesus, therefore he's a good person. Whereas a non-believer
one's
would be
good.
like, yeah. You talk to non-believers, they're like, no, I don't believe any word you say. I believe your actions. Like, there's some wisdom in that.
There have been, listen, in the last 2 years, there have been people with less biblical insight, less church background experience, less, we'll call it religious faith at the time than me and a lot of people in my circle that immediately clocked.
Mhm.
That's fake. That's a wolf.
Yep.
And they were right.
Right.
And I go,
Yep.
we are blind.
Yeah.
Blind.
Yeah. We miss it.
Yeah.
We want to be like, it's almost like we've confused love for like thinking that everyone has good intentions. It's like, no. Again,
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, that's the second half of that Jeremiah verse I mentioned earlier where he said, let him glory that he knows me, God.
Yeah.
And he says, for I am God and I delight in, and he lists three things: loving kindness,
Ooh,
judgment, and righteousness. And again, remember, judgment, he just merely meant discernment.
isn't another translation of that say justice?
Possible.
I thought it was
probably.
just okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably. Yeah. So loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness.
Mm,
And those three, if you combine them, that's a pretty solid person. Like, if you can have loving kindness,
mhm.
but also judgment and discernment.
It sounds like the Lord,
Yeah, exactly.
the characteristics of the Lord.
He had no problem calling out the fake religious leaders. He had no problem calling them out.
See, this is why I love my Jesus, though, because you know who he be flipping tables at and getting mad at is the fake religious leaders.
I know.
You know who he's not getting mad and flipping tables at? The tax collectors, the prostitutes, the
Yeah.
woman caught in the act of adultery.
Right.
What do you see? Loving kindness,
Yeah,
gentleness,
exactly.
mercy.
But hey, don't be taking my name in vain, though. And
Don't
okay,
blaspheme the Holy Spirit.
exactly. So on another tangent, one of the 10 Commandments, he says, "Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain."
Mm-hmm.
And this was something where my dad was good about teaching us the realness of the Bible.
Mm.
That phrase is only used, as far as I can remember, one other time in the Bible, and it's Proverbs 30. And he says, "God, feed me with food convenient with me. Don't make me too rich, lest I forget God and say, 'Who is the Lord?'
Mm.
Don't make me be too poor that I
Mm.
should steal and take the name of God in vain." So wait a second. What does being poor and taking God's name in vain have anything to? Why are they similar?
Yeah.
Because my dad would always be like, taking God's name in vain, he's putting that up there with murder, he's putting it up there with some serious things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so when you dig into it, taking God's name in vain, and, I'm not trying to be epically dogmatic or whatever,
No,
but
no.
my understanding of that phrase is I'm going to use God's name for my own benefit.
Mm.
Because if you read that in the 10 Commandments,
You just unlock something.
yeah, and if you read that in the 10 Commandments, God says, "For I will not hold him guiltless who takes my name in vain." He doesn't say that after murder. He doesn't say that after adultery, after theft, after any of those. But he says after taking his name in vain. Today we think it just means, I said GD it because the Browns threw an interception.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a second.
that's
He's
not.
not going to hold me guiltless for that? No, in my opinion, what he's saying is, if you are knowingly using my name for your own personal gain and you don't even love me, that's a problem. So that's why Jesus got so mad at those people, because he's like, "Depart from me, I never knew you."
That's what I was just about to say. You just tie that
Mm.
for me to Matthew 11.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Lord.
Yeah. Didn't we do all these righteous things in your name?
Okay, but I'm not gonna lie. This is like getting real now. I'm not gonna
Mhm.
lie. Sometimes I'm like, am I that person?
No, but I don't think you have to worry about that. Because a lot of people say that.
Because that's the scariest verse in the Bible to me.
I know. And a lot of people say
Because I'm
that.
like, Lord, I'm doing this podcast and I literally find myself having that sort of.
I believe you. All my friends have said the exact same thing about that verse. And I said most recent time I read that, I was like, it unlocked it. If you take the whole context of that section, it's either right before or right after is where he says, "Look out for those wolves in sheep's clothing." And then right after that, he goes, "A lot of people are going to come to me and they're going to say, 'Lord, Lord, didn't we prophesy in your name? Didn't we do righteous works in your name?' And I'm going to say, 'Depart from me, I never knew you.'" So I don't think he's saying that so that all the Nicole Merlinos of the world need to be worried all the time. I think what he's saying that for our benefit, that, hey guys, not everyone that claims Jesus in public even know me. So we're all going to be standing there on Judgment Day, and there's going to be some people that'll stand up and they'll say, yes, I'm Pastor so-and-so, and I've had this huge following. We're all going to say, he's for sure getting into heaven. And God's going to say, "Depart, I never knew you, dude. Never knew you."
That scariest words.
Yeah.
But like I think that should instill like almost like a healthy
Right, I
fear in a
agree.
way.
Yeah.
But like those, I want to hear "Well done, my good and faithful servant."
For
That's what
sure.
I'm aiming for. Now, am I going to hear that? I don't know. I pray I do. But those words, I never knew.
Don't want to hear those ones. That'd be a bad day. That'd be a real bad day.
Man. But then there's like, as I'm like maturing and going on this sanctification, I'm like, wow, do I know you? Like,
Mhm.
I'm like, it makes you, I think a lot of people think they're safe
Yeah.
And if anything, within the last like 6 to 10 months, I've been like, am I? Like,
Yeah.
because people are like, where are you going if you die tomorrow?
Right.
There's days, and again, I'm like, because my boyfriend even said, he's like, you love Jesus, right? And I was like, I mean, yeah, I say but do I always act like I do? Right? Like you
Yeah.
start
Oh, yeah.
actually digesting the weight,
Yeah.
and you're like, and then I feel like, I think it was like Peter when I think he gave like a really hard teaching on like marriage and like divorce, and Peter goes, who can ever
Oh, yeah.
like
yeah.
basically like
Yeah.
do this?
Yeah.
You know, like Peter's like, what are we gonna do? And I'm like, I feel like I am Peter. I love Peter so much. One of my
Oh,
favorite
yeah.
disciples,
Oh, yeah.
because I am him. I will get the sword out right quick and
Oh,
take
for
that
sure.
ear off. But yeah, I'm quick with it. But yeah, I love him. He's like, what? Who can basically like inherit this
Yeah.
then? Like, who is worthy? And
Yeah,
then
good
you go
point.
back to the whole gospel, and it's like
Does-
none of us.
That's exactly what I was just thinking. It's like when you're saying, yeah, I mean, I love them most of the time. I think I do. And I was thinking that as you're saying that is like, yeah, but then that's when you go back to the core. But it's not what we do. It's never been about what we do.
Thank
or what,
God.
I know.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Because it's a hot mess express down here.
Mess Express, man.
Yeah.
And it's real.
It's so real.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to ask this. I'm slightly pivoting topic. I love this. Oh, this is such a good conversation. Y'all better be enjoying this.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm good
having the
with it.
time of my life. Okay, you're a new dad.
Mm-hmm.
What? You got to talk to me about this.
Okay.
What has changed? Have you had? I hear a lot of Christian parents obviously being like, I didn't click with this until I became a parent.
Oh, sure.
Do you know, like, have you had any of those moments? Like, what, as a man, here's the thing. I am a champion of men. I
Mhm.
want more healthy, God-fearing, masculine men in our
Mhm.
world. I think we are in desperate need of that.
For sure.
And
yeah.
so I would love you don't even have to talk to me. Like, talk to the men. Like, I don't care. But like, what is your experience? Like, you're a husband, you're a new dad. Like,
Yeah.
what has this been like?
Okay, well, so our baby's only 14 months old.
Yeah.
So it's not like we haven't really entered the whole like loving discipline stage.
Right.
I think we're getting close. But we're not quite there.
The twos are on your doorstep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We're not quite at the stage of like teaching her about Jesus, like, you know, like verbally, I mean.
Right.
Because she can't quite speak English yet. But okay, so from a masculine or whatever, just
Yeah.
being, you know, the dad,
Yeah.
and the husband,
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot that comes along with it, like, you know, sorry for you, but your role is way harder than mine, like, as far as being a wife and a mother. That is, because
Can we say that louder just one more time?
Yeah.
You're one of the first men I've
the wife's and mother's role is way more
and all of the
difficult
women said yes and amen.
than- yeah. I mean, so yeah, but in my position, like, you know, first of all, I do think that men should be working hard to provide for their families. Like, men should be working hard to earn an income.
Preach.
Like, there's a lot of talk about, you know, serve God. And a lot of times that gets equated with spending a lot of time with the church, which is fine. Like, again, like, there's nothing against local church. I heard you talk about this with
Yeah.
Kevin, like, nothing against local church.
Yeah.
But there could probably be more emphasis on, guys, make sure you get out there and work. Like, don't,
Mhm.
because I see people, and I hope this isn't the case, but I think I see young men that are surrendering to the ministry, but deep down, it's really just, I'm just, you know, I don't feel like working hard to earn an income. Like, so if I surrender to the ministry, like, yeah, I don't have to deal with that. And I hope that's not the case, but I feel like that could be at the core of some of these decisions. And I think there could be more emphasis on, you know, guys, make sure you're providing for your family. Like, yeah, it's a little bit scary to get out there and ask for a raise, or to ask for a new customer, or just to work hard in general, or to wake up early. It's a little scary. It's a little uncomfortable, but like as men, we should be doing this. Like
Mm.
you just watched your wife give birth. Like
Come
you'll,
on.
you'll never have to do
Come on,
anything
somebody.
that difficult in your life.
Amen.
The least you can do is like work hard. And then also like there's times, and I'm not saying that I'm good at any of these things. I'm just saying these are the things in the last 14 months that I've realized I should be doing. Providing, and 2, like loving and being almost like a gravity that holds it together.
Maybe a spiritual covering.
Sure, yeah. Spiritual covering.
That's how I've heard it phrased. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Mm.
Like I look at my pap, he passed away a few years ago and I was super close with him, and he always, and I feel bad because like the family will all still get together, but without him there, it's like it's lacking like a gravity. I don't know how else to explain it. He just brought this calmness to the room. And like I feel like as the dad / husband, you should be there to, comfort wife, comfort mom, and comfort baby, and help make sure like things are solid at
Create
home.
stability.
Create stability, yeah. Make sure things are solid. Like, yeah. So that's, I guess,
I love that.
that was the first time I really said it out. I guess had to put those thoughts into words, but
Yeah.
I think we should be providers, and I think we should be stabilizers.
Yeah. Yes.
Like the hardest part for me, well, I don't know if it's the hardest, but one of the difficult parts has been, I can't just do whatever I want to do whenever I want anymore.
Death to self.
Yeah, death to self. So like, and as the husband and as the dad, I need to be good with, hey, let's just all go out for ice cream and go back home and like get the house ready and go to bed. Like I need to be good with that, because I think as men, we're also wired to we're always running around all the time. And, but when you're dad and husband, you can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Like you just can't.
Yeah.
So you need to be okay with, and again, I think that goes back to that stability. Hey, let's just go get ice cream. You've been dealing with baby all day. Let's
get out of the house.
Yeah, let's just get out of the house.
Yeah.
Maybe we can drop baby off on one of the grandparents, and we can just go get ice cream or coffee or whatever. Like just something simple life.
Yeah. Yeah. But you're being intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying I should be doing these things, and I could be doing better at them.
Yeah. But already those are like amazing answers. Again, a breath of fresh air, because you don't understand how many men I've heard talk, and I'm like, this is not what's being said. And it's like there's a lack of I'm not saying all men. I'm saying this culture has created a lot of men that do not understand what those roles actually look like. All right, how do I want to say this? Because I don't want to get in trouble with past people. I've encountered past people in my life. Let me put it that way. That males specifically that are like, oh yeah, I want kids. Okay. And what are you doing or actually showing me as a woman that's actually that you can want kids, but not know like how do I want to say this? But not understand what it is to be a father.
Yeah, definitely.
You can want a marriage, or like you want to have a wife, but you don't understand what it means to be a husband.
For sure.
So there's a lot of that. It's like, oh yeah, I want to.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to get married. I want to have kids. Okay, and do you understand what that requires of you?
Yeah. And sometimes, again, like you go crazy trying to discern God's will. Like sometimes I think guys will I've seen it happen. They'll like rush into a marriage because they think they should just be married because they're a Christian. And it's like, dude, you're going to go off the rails, man. You still need to you realize now every day for the rest of your life when you wake up in bed, that woman is going to be there. Like, you better make sure you better make sure you love this woman. You better make sure you're compatible with this person, because every single day that person's going to be there. So you better not just jump into something because you feel like you should be married as a Christian.
And this is why the divorce rate of the church is the same as the culture.
Isn't that crazy?
It's sad.
When you think about the reality of 50%,
Yeah, that's insane.
that's 1 out of 2. That's a serious number.
Yeah, it's staggering.
That's
It's
staggering.
staggeringly high.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think it's the how do I want to say this? I think it's the fact of people being like, well, I don't love them anymore.
Right.
Or I've like fell out, and it's like not understanding the covenant part of it.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Sometimes I like wonder how people who like aren't Christian like are married, because I'm like, what does a marriage mean to you?
Yeah.
Like the Bible
Yeah.
literally, like God created the definition of marriage, and it's like this covenant where it's like no matter what version of you I get, I choose you.
Sure.
And that's what Christ did with us.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Yeah. I saw you at your worst while they were still yet sinners.
Mm,
I died for them.
yeah.
That's what we have to go off of.
Yeah, you're right.
Now, like, that's hard. Like, I'm not trying to undermine like how hard that is.
Right.
But I'm just saying I feel like there's like this, I don't know where that picture went, but I feel like, well, one, I don't think, listen, I'm not trying to have like a bash the church session right now, but I don't think the church has done a good job
Mhm.
preparing people for marriage and what it actually means, and the
Yeah.
actual type and shadow picture
Yeah.
of what it is.
Sure.
Because I, again, am now just coming into like realizations of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be 28 in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
and I'm just now like fully starting to digest like, oh yeah, like this is a covenant. This is this is a choice.
Right.
You're not always going to love that person
Right.
in that form, or like have like all these passionate, warm, fuzzy feelings.
Right.
That's going to wane.
Right.
It's not going to be like it was when you first started dating or whatever. And I think people are like constantly trying to chase, not to go back to the COVID example, but I think we're trying to constantly get back to a norm that
Mhm.
we have to accept no longer exists.
Yeah.
But we keep trying to get there
Yeah.
again. But we can't accept the fact that that version is dead.
Yeah. And I think, like you said, a lot of it's feelings based.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I've fallen out of love with this person, therefore
Yeah.
the marriage is dead. But wait a second, you know, it's like feelings based versus my word is my bond. Like, I made a commitment to you, to God, to all my family and friends. Like, the seriousness of that.
Yeah.
You know, like the you make your bed, you lie in it now. Like,
Dang.
yeah, and I think if you stick it out, your life will be better for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
your life will be
Enriched.
enriched. You'll have
Yeah.
more peace. You'll have more joy. You'll have, you know, like I said, the sit on the porch and overlook the farm while the grandkids run around. Like, that sounds nice.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
and I think people get too feelings based and
Yeah.
act on emotions. Like,
Yep.
emotions are a real thing, but you shouldn't be guided by emotions.
No.
Like Jeremiah said, the heart is deceitfully wicked. And of course, today we're taught to trust your heart, follow your heart, all the time. In the Bible, in Proverbs, it says, he that trusteth in his own heart is a fool,
Yeah.
but whoso walketh wisely, he shall be delivered. So, in other words, sometimes your heart's going to be leading you a bad direction,
Yeah. Yeah.
as hard as that is to understand and to accept.
It's hard to accept, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's the key thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my heart led me to smoke weed and drink and do all sorts of crazy stuff, for 4
Mm.
years out of my life. That was my heart.
Yep.
I followed it.
Yep. And if you let it, your heart will let you be prideful and envious and angry and
Yeah.
unforgiving. And
Yep.
yeah, I don't trust it.
You can't trust
I
it.
can't
You
trust.
trust
I don't trust it.
it. No.
Oh, Lord, you better get up in there
Yep.
and start rearranging some things.
Yep.
Move the furniture because
Exactly. Yep. Bring
Yeah.
the screwdriver.
Yeah. Tear it all down.
Tear it down, man.
Yeah, you want to talk about burning things down. That's what needs burned down.
Yeah.
That's what needs burned down.
Yeah.
Your flesh is like, set that thing on fire.
Yeah. So you're right. So yes, as far as being a parent, yes, the dying to self has all of a sudden become very, very real. It's like, oh, so now I'm just dying to self whether I want to or not.
Yeah.
At least before I had a choice whether I wanted to die to self. Now it's just like, no, I'm dead to self. It's
Choice has been made for you.
choice been made for me. It's
Yeah.
done, man.
Yeah. One of the most selfless acts to be a parent. So I'm not there in life obviously yet, but I commend you guys and anyone who has kids because it's something to
Oh,
it's
thanks.
something to be honored.
Yeah. Well, let's just hope we do it in an honorable way.
Well, yeah. But I'm not worried about that with you guys.
Oh, thanks.
Again, like you're human, you're not always gonna get it right, but I know like your guys' heart postures is that the fact that you
Sure.
even just said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah. And just remember, like, that child, not that I'm trying to, like, give you, like, stewardship advice, but, like, I love when people, like, remind us that, like, even a child it's God's child first.
Yeah,
and
good
we're
point.
just here to steward.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
It kind of takes some pressure off, too.
Yeah. Like, this is his kid first.
Yeah.
And he entrusted this kid to me,
Yeah.
which is, like, kind of crazy.
It is. Yeah, because I'm certainly not worthy. But I also wasn't worthy when Jesus died for me.
That part.
So that part.
That part.
Yeah. So
None of us were. Thank God he said, now you are.
I know.
Thank you, Jesus, for the blood. Thank you, Jesus. Yeah. Well, I think with that,
Yeah.
landing the plane, you're going to promo a new song for us.
I'm happy to. Yes. New
And-
song. Want me to talk about it a little or what?
Well, is this the rainbow one?
Yes.
I'm very excited. So this is the one you wrote when you left the Panera.
Yes. I went home. There was a big rainbow. I don't know if you saw it. Well, no, because you probably drove west.
Yeah, I drove west.
Cece, you didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
I was facing east, so I saw it.
It was behind me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I saw it. I'm like, wow. So I went home, grabbed the guitar, just started messing around, and called it Rainbow. And so the lyrics kind of speak for itself, but it's about, just, well, you'll hear it in the
Yeah.
lyrics.
I love that. And hopefully album by the end of the year.
I'm going for it, man.
I love
I'm
it.
going for it.
I'm again, tell me when the release party is. Tell me when it's dropping.
No, I will.
Yeah.
For sure I will.
Yeah, we'll promo everything and anything we can. So
Awesome. Thank you very much.
yeah. Well, I'm so glad that you were able to come on, and I hope this is not the last time you will be a guest on the podcast because I would love to have you back.
No, back anytime.
And
Yep,
I feel like we have plenty to talk about. So
for sure.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks,
Super happy
Chris.
to be here and
Yeah.
keep going. And any way I can help, let me know.
Thank you. Yeah, well, everyone go listen. I'll link your Second Mile album in the description, and go support his music and give it some listens and some shares.
Perfect.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Chris.
All right. Thanks, Nicole. Yep. When all of your patience is thin, look for the rainbow again. Let no one convict you of sin. Just look for the rainbow. I find myself in that same place again. Feels like I'm chasing the wind. If I cannot change what's within, it'll all be the same though. Till Jesus' grace enters in, the washing away can begin. He conquered the grave, conquered sin. Just look for the rainbow. You can be forgiven no matter what you've done. He's the God of living, Father, Spirit, Son. When all of your patience is thin, look for the rainbow again. Let no one convict you of sin. Just look for the rainbow. The Lord smelled the sweet savor. We say it's okay, cause God saved us today. And while the earth remaineth, he saith, cold and heat, day and night shall not cease. The fear of you and the dread of you upon beasts, upon the fowl of the air, and upon the seas. Be fruitful, be multiplied, replenish the earth. Trust me, I've given my word. You can be forgiven no matter what you've done. He's the God of living, Father, Spirit, Son. When all of your patience is thin, just look for the rainbow again. Let no one convict you of sin. Just look for the rainbow.
Holy Spirit resides in you. That is the same Spirit that raised Jesus from the dead. We do not work for God's love, but we work from God's love. The Lord is given, the Lord is taken away. May the name of the Lord be praised. If your Bible was illegal, would you value it more? Dang.
Like